Here's my handy dandy cheese press that I made from a bunch of stuff from Lowe's and Walmart. Pretty much that cutting board that's on the bottom. I paid like $9 for that. This piece of wood right here is a 2x2 piece of poplar. That was like $5. This cutting board I bought for like $2. That was at Walmart. All the metal stuff you see I got at Lowe's. Pretty much my list is that I have one small plastic cutting board, a bamboo cutting board, 3 1-foot sections of threaded 3/8 shaft, 6 T-nuts that are 3/8 inch, 8 3/8 inch nuts, 6 3/8 inch lock washers, 8 3/8 inch washers, a small bag of 1/4 inch wood screws, a small bag of 1/2 inch wood screws, 2 3/8 inch wing nuts, and a spring. The spring I had to get from Ace Hardware. I didn't have a pound rating on it, but it feels pretty firm. I have to test that somehow, but it's pretty simple to make this thing once you have a plan, which I didn't when I made it. But here's the wing nuts. And you see I can tighten that board down. And all I did was drilled a 1/2 inch hole through the bottom, put the wing nuts on, and then I screwed the T-nut thing on that you get in the furniture parts at Lowe's. Oh, I forgot about this. These are toilet cushions, toilet seat pads or something like that. That was like $3. And we put the threaded shafts through with the T-nuts. You screw the shafts in. Then you put a washer, a lock washer, and then a nut on there and tighten them down. Did that on both sides, so you got those two standing up. Look on the bottom, I have the same thing, the washer, lock washer, and a nut holding it up right there on both sides. And then just a washer, and the wing nut holding it down, so that'll hold it down, but the inside thing is the thing that you want to look at to see how that thing actually works. It's no big engineering marvel, and it's pretty simple. Take that apart. It comes right off. And pretty much all I did is I put one of those, the T-nut, put some longer screws in there, like 1/2 inch long screws, drilled a hole through it, measured the holes, of course you got one on each side, put the T-nut in, threaded the shaft, then put the other one from the top down, screwed that in place. It's still a little stiff, and then you've got that in there. This contraption I have set up right there is just a piece of a plastic cutting board that I cut, and you can see I put one of those T-nuts. I put the T-nut on, holding it on right there. Used the 1/4 inch screws, and then this is a bolt just to, a nut to hold that in place, because you don't want to screw the shaft into the plastic. You can rip these screws out like I've done. And then this little contraption here is I can take this piece off, and anyway, hang on a second, let me show you. Let me put this thing down. Anyway, now that I've got that back on there, I put that bolt in there to hold this piece in place so it doesn't jam that thing all the way out. This will set it. But then this is just a nut to hold that bottom T-nut on, and then a bolt, a lock washer underneath, a regular washer, a 3/8 washer, another lock nut, and that's sort of clamped on, tighten that down, and that'll hold that on there, and that way the spring won't go flying off. After I press it and I want to put some weight on it, where it's, 20 pounds, whatever, for making Parmesan, I'll pull this piece off and just use the spring and put that against the follower. Anyway, that's that part, but the handle part is pretty much a piece of that cutting board. I cut it, used a T-nut, screwed it in place, got a nut from the bottom, washer, lock washer, and a nut, screwed up, holding it in place. Then once all that was together, I did get a drill, and wait a second, where is it? Can you see it right there? Yeah, I drilled a hole all the way through the shaft. Then I put a little nut there to set it in place so I can really put some force down on it. It spins okay. You know, you can see it spinning there. It's spinning the thing down on the bottom. That's all it takes. Spend about $33, $34 doing it. Sure, people can do it cheaper. But anyway, I just wanted to show you what I did and let the cheese making begin.